Nice. Concert band's going to play this next piece by one of my new favorite composers that writes for, well, he really good friend Mike Levine, who lives he lives here in town. He's a trombone player, he's a world famous trombone player. He had a group, he's still like the manager of, and used to be one of the lead performers of, and the founder of this group called the Dallas Brass. The Wind Ensemble did some of their things at our March concert. The concert band ensembles are doing another selections of this group. So, this is seniors. Come on out. Come on out here. Up here. Seniors, up here. So, they have to write out these cards, because if I have to speak off the cuff, I wouldn't be able to do it. We'd be here all night, and we'd be like, oh my gosh, come on. Pull it together, man. All right, so we'll just go right down as I have them in score order. In score order, right? So here we go. The students, they tell me their names, and then they tell, because I forget some of them after all these years, how many years they've been in band, at least here in Washburn, or at least how many years they've been playing their instruments, what they're doing next year, the things that they've done here at Washburn, and then we have a will. So I like to will things to people when they move on, and so we've got some things. They've edited some of the things they wrote. All right, so starting at the top. Cora. I gotta read it, because otherwise I won't do it. Cora's been in band for 9 years, is that right? But not here at Washburn. And plays all of the instruments. There isn't an instrument Cora doesn't play, and at an exceptional level. Next year, they are studying music at Brandeis University, which is pretty amazing. I think that's really good. You should clap for that. Among many things that Cora has done here at Washburn, they've played in pep bands. They've been in our jazz band program, in our big band. They've been in our combos. They've been in the brass band. They're one of my TAs. Like, I could not survive a day without my TAs. So it's pretty, we love Cora. Cora wills, I will a flute trill fingering sheet to Natalie and Charlotte, so the ones I've been making up can last forever. Yeah, that works. Of course. Yeah. All right. Cora Engsanger. Elsie. Yes. Elsie also has been in band for 9 years. Also not but in all 9 years. Next year, they are also studying at Brandeis University to study education. Excited about that. Woo! In their time here at Washburn, Elsie's played in the pep band and in the jazz band, and is also one of my TAs, which is really great. Yeah, I couldn't survive without these TAs. I will $1 million to Mr. Martin as per his one unfulfilled wish from his TAs. I will my extra clarinet lyres to the clarinets. I don't know what that is, but I get that one. So I read it and I was like, okay, yeah. So yeah, I have an amazing group of TAs this year with Cora, Elsie, and Charlie. And we kind of worked it out, so 2 days a week they go over during their TA time for me, because the class I have that they TA for me, I don't really need them to help me out with it. They go over and they help out Zane Kaiser in his program, and they're teaching the 6th and 7th graders like how to hold their instruments, how to open the case, how to put on the reeds, how to like play. They had to learn strings so they could do this. So they're really good. It's been a blessing, I know, to Mr. Kaiser, but I think to us, and it's been an invaluable part of our program. Thank you. Brian has been in band for 5 years. And next year, Brian is attending the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, go Gophers, to study mechanical engineering. Yeah. Brian's played in pep band, and Brian also, and he didn't put it on here, but I'm going to speak off the cuff for him. Brian is an amazing pianist, and he has taken piano class here at Washburn every semester he has been here, which is 8, right? And he started off not knowing, and he is now extremely accomplished, and you would be very happy and fortunate to hear him play piano sometime, and we know that he's going to carry that with him for the rest of his life. I will my ability to be patient to the clarinet section because we spent 60% of the time waiting for the trumpets. Most important, it's a skill I want them to have. Oh my gosh, it goes on and on. I want them to have as it applies to many areas of our lives, and I hope that they are there at peace when they wait for the greatest things to come. Nice. Way to go, Brian. Also a de facto TA in my piano class, and I'm like, go ask Brian. Just go see Brian, he can tell you what to do. All right, next. Vivi. Also one of my TAs. It's like unbelievable. Vivi has been in band for 9 years, and next year they are also attending the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, go Gophers, studying biology. Yay! Vivi's also played in the pep band. They've done the Augsburg Honor Band and represented Washburn and themselves in that. They've played in our jazz band, and our brass band, and lots of those things. Really, really great person to have as a leader and future leader in our world. I will section leader to Charlie B, and I will be the pep. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I will the pep face paint to Beckett. There we go. So we've got pep band face paints that goes on, and he's with it to Beckett. I'm not sure which Beckett. Jarko? Okay, there we go. Hey, Beckett, you get face paint. Yay, Vivi. Elliot Vapp. He has been in band for 4 years at Washburn. 8 to 9 if you count elementary and middle school. But 8 to 9, there were some years that you didn't quite go to band every day?
Yeah.
Okay. Totally. Next year he's going to Luther College. Yay. Elliot has played in our pep band. He's played in some of our honor bands. He plays in our jazz band and our combos, and was one of the strong leaders in our the Angry Baker Brass Band. And on most Tuesday nights, including tonight or last night. Oh, not last night? Oh, too tired. But most Tuesday nights he's at Whitey's over in Northeast, hanging out with and sitting in with the, it's a huge jam session place if you really want to go see some great young musicians play live music. Or dead music, but live music, this is where you go, and he's hanging in there with them. It's great to go and sit there with and hear him play with all these cats that are my age or younger as well, but they're killing it. Elliot's doing great. You're going to find records with his name on it later on in life. I'll read a very special reading to Torin and Eli. These reads will help, in my opinion, to improve tone and balance if practiced properly. Is that right? Great, there we go. He's willing some new reads to the tenors. Tommy Oliver, otherwise known as Tio. He has been in band for 7 years, and next year He's going to the University of Wisconsin-Madison to study civil engineering. Yay, all right. He's played in our pep band, he's played in our jazz band, he played in the brass band for a year, he plays piano, he's tried baritone. Yeah, we love having Tommy. There's never a day he doesn't have a smile on his face. So, I will Chappie. You're not going to get this, but I have to say it out loud, but we know what this means. I will Chappie, maybe half of him, to Charles. I will my trumpeting talent to Nico. Oh, all right, here we go. Yeah, nice. Oh, sounds like a challenge. Okay, here we go. Hayden Rasmussen Jones has been in band for 6 years, and next year he's going to UMD to study music performance. Nice. Hayden's played in pep bands. He's been in jazz band. He's again a fierce leader in our brass band, and he's in my piano class this year. He's in my music exploration class. He's doing just music. He's found it. I love it. Good luck on continuing brass band to Chayton next year. I bequeath the position of brass band trombonist to Henry Briggs. PS2, or Paul Sonda II. Has been in band for 9 years, and next year he is attending Northeastern University, which is out east, near Boston, correct? Yeah. To study mechanical engineering. And you can do some playing out there as well, He's played in our pep band, he's been in our jazz band. He and a bunch of these guys have played in the Minnesota Youth Jazz Bands around the cities, which is great. He's been, again, another fierce. He's played sousaphone in the brass band. We love Paul's super fun, and he makes band really fun. He wills the sousaphone mouthpiece to Gus or Wells, because they need to carry on the brass band. Nice, I agree with that. Way to go. Gus, you're getting a new mouthpiece. That's pretty cool. Charlie G. Charlie G has been in band for 9 years, and he's next year going to UMD studying Undecided. Good job. That's a really good college. Hopefully to play some trombone as well. That's really good. Go, Bob. He's played in our pep band. He's been here for our summer camp. He's done some honor bands. He plays the NYJB, the Minnesota Youth Jazz Bands. He's done MYS. He's come and sat in with my big band, and so it's Elliot. It's been pretty fun. He plays in our jazz band. He's in our brass band. Man, good job, Charlie G. Charlie G wills, I will give my cubby to Wells because he's standing right in front of it, or sitting right in front of it, so he has to go very far, yeah. I will certainly bequeath, another thing, the AB3 trombonist title to Henry Briggs. Oh, it's a dual thing you get, Henry. You get double. It's like twice the power coming towards you, Henry. Okay, great. Okay. He's going to give me back my trombone, which I appreciate. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Charlie G. Thank you, Charlie G. Clara's been in band for 9 years. Clara is also attending the University of Minnesota Duluth. And Clara, in her time here, has played in concert band and wind ensemble pep band. She's done Kitsy's, Greater Twin Cities Youth Symphonies. And she has also, she's going to will the pep band bows. Oh, the bows you guys are putting in your hair. I'm trying to read your writing, everybody. We have pep band bows. They're orange and blue to Kira, so that they can keep up the pep up. Keep the pep up. Clara. Reagan has played the bass in band for 9 years, not all at Washburn, but certainly all 4 years here. Next year, Reagan is going to Mankato State University for political science and education, right? Reagan's played in our pep band, she's done our jazz band, she's been in our gold medal jazz band, and just been a solid. We did our summer camp when we had our jam summer camp. Yeah, just a solid musician in person, because she's got a really great role in our program. Reagan is the president of positivity. And yes, you should, yes, and root for that, if you've never been in the band and orchestra room, you should come down, and every day there is a quote on the board, the main board, so the students and we can all read it. And it's been a tradition going on for a number of years now, and that we've had a president of positivity, and it's their job to come in every day and put in a new quote, a positive quote every day. And Greg has been stalwart about it. A couple of days we were sick, but other than that, it's been really great. So, drum roll. Here's where the drum roll, please. Reagan's going to will president of positivity to Kenny. Yay! Because he's very involved and always positive. Kenny's like, wait, what do I do? We'll talk. You'll get trained. Kenny, it's a month-long summer camp, and then okay. And it's a $10,000 donation to the Mr. Martin Needs a New Trumpet Fund. Other than that, it's pretty awesome. We'll talk. Last, and so certainly not least, Elliot Lowe's has been in band for 9 years in percussion. Yes, you can clap for Elliot Lowe's, please. Elliot is also going to UMD, University of Minnesota Duluth, for elementary special education. Elliot's played in our concert band, he's been in the wind ensemble, he's played in our pep band, he's been playing bass drum in our brass band this year. It's been so great. And he wills his cubby to Beckett J because he doesn't have enough room for all his drumsticks in his. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the senior. Oh, wait, Joe, are you here? Joe, are you here? Where are you, Joe? I can't see you. I have to say here. Here. Joe. So Joe Schmid is here somewhere. Joe is a senior and in orchestra. And Joe, we called her out last night, but she had another obligation. So Joe, just stand and wave. You can't see. I don't know where she is. I don't know where you are. Are you in the upstairs? She's up there. Joe Schmid. Joe is going to Gustavus for nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the senior class. The seniors have a very special little song they're going to play for us right now. They're going to get set up very quickly. They're going to do that. And then we're going to keep on with that. We're going to moving on with our program after this. But will you guys get set up? And then you guys go down here in front where they can see you really close so parents can take some pictures. concert band, small groups, big fun.